everybody, here I'm back. I'm here to start a new reading vlog. The past week has been a little bit complicated, I will say that. It was a little bit of a chaotic week. I wasn't feeling my best. If you've been following my reading vlogs for a little bit, you know I've been sort of balancing a pretty bad sinus infection for like I don't know, like 2 months. So this week I thought I had COVID, I thought I had the flu, all of these things. It turns out it's just a stupid sinus infection that's just super annoying. So I started not feeling my best on a week ago. So the whole weekend sort of sucked. I was also on break the previous week, which was actually really, really, really lovely. But I just was really not feeling my best the whole week. We had grades due. They dropped the mask mandate today for Monday, which I am anxious to see how that turns out. Like, we've been wearing masks for 2 years. Like, we've been virtual as well. So it'll be a little bit different on Monday. But I also did decide to do some more things in my drama club because the mask mandate dropped. That's sort of what I was waiting for. So we will see. But because during when I wasn't feeling my best, I read some books that I just did not love. I'm not even going to post the reading vlog because it really wasn't that enjoyable. I read the second Finley Donovan book, which wasn't my favorite, and I read in Your Dreams I Hold a Knife. Again, those books did not wow me. But because I'm doing the Avengers reading challenge, I really needed to pick up a YA book, and I was struggling to pick one up because everything I wanted to read was either middle grade or adult, or really, really long. But I did remember that I had a review copy of Sense and Second Degree Murder, which is the companion book to Pride and Premeditation, which I read last year. I'm on a blog tour, so I decided to pick that one up, and I'm really enjoying it. So here's a photo. Have been loving my Regency romance reads, and I have been struggling to find books that have a mystery element to it. Some of them I found that really were not my favorite, but I've also been reading Veronica Speedwell, and I've really been liking that quite a bit as well. But this book is inspired by Sense and Sensibility. The first one was inspired by Pride and Prejudice. But this follows two sisters. One is very into being like an investigator, and one is very into being a science person. She wants to make perfume. And their father drops dead unexpectedly, and they are sort of convinced that their father didn't die, so they have to sort of uncover what is happening. But I'm really, really liking it, like, quite a bit. I am about 15% into it. I think I have like 6 hours left, so my goal is to finish it this weekend. If I can finish it before the weekend, that'd be great. I also have a couple other books on my TBR, but until I finish this, I'll tell you guys what I'm going to read next. But I'm so far really liking this. I was also planning on going back to the city on Sunday, but because we are having a lot of train drama in the next couple of days, I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe the next week I'll go back to the city. So I am going to go read. I have a Peace Love Books live show that I'm really excited for. I'm happy I can keep making these. As long as she does them on Friday, I'm pretty much good to go. But I'm going to go read a little bit before that, then go to the live show, and then if I don't update you guys tonight, I'll definitely update you guys tomorrow. But I'll talk to you guys for an update in a bit. But I took a little bit of break. I had to go somewhere after work. I had to go fix my glasses. I broke my glasses. Stupid mask made me break my glasses. But I'm going to go read a little bit, go to my live show, and I'll come back if I remember to update you. If not, I'll just update you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends. Here I'm back. I didn't end up going to bed last night. Well, not going to bed, but I just watched some random things but after my Peace Love Books live show, which was really, really fun. And then I just relaxed. I went to bed a little bit earlier, but I did wake up early, and I was just reading in the morning, so I did wind up getting up to chapter 5 and 18% into Sense and Second Degree Murder. I'm really liking this book. I really do love romances quite a bit. They're really, really fun. But I also love Regency romances, and this is like a Regency romance with like a twist, and I just love that it's a Sense and Sensibility retelling. It's very, very fun. It's very, very quick paced, and I really do like it. I loved Pride and Premeditation, and it's just a fun read. I think that these characters are really unique. You also get a lot of point of view. Well, not a lot, but you get like both sisters' point of views, and it's told in just sort of like an interesting way, which I do like. But yeah, I'm probably gonna read until like 7:45, and then I'm gonna get ready to go because I have to go to yoga. I'm gonna go to meditation today. And then I'm probably just gonna relax and read all weekend. Like, that's really my plan. So, but yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit more, and before I head to yoga, I also want to pick an audiobook to focus on this weekend. I don't know what it is. Um, I really have been a little bit distracted. So I think I'm just gonna pick like an audiobook to focus on, and then I'll probably listen to it as I'm sort of running errands today and tomorrow. So I'm gonna read a little bit more, watch some YouTube videos, go to yoga, and then we'll come back and we'll chat. Bye, friends. Do a quick update. I wound up going to yoga. I did some shopping, and I also wound up reading to about, let's see, about, oh, no, this is not going to open. About 28% and up to chapter 7 in Sense and Second Degree Murder. I really am liking this book. It's a very, very fun read. I don't know if I gave like a fleshed out summary of it, but this is the second book in the Pride and Premeditation series. I think it's called the Jane Austen Mystery series. If you know anything about me, you know I love Regency romances. I also really do love mysteries. So when you can combine those two elements into one story, I am really excited for it. So this one is I'm really, really enjoying. It's basically a take on Sense and Sensibility. But you follow these three sisters, Eleanor, Margaret, and Mariana. And the two sisters, Eleanor and Mariana, are a little bit different. They have different interests. Eleanor wants to be a scientist, and Mariana wants to be a detective like her dad. And her dad recently passed away, but they are starting to get suspicious that his death was not like by natural causes, and they're starting to get wrapped up in a mystery. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm trying to like slow myself down and not like speed read, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I love the first book in this series quite a bit, and I'm just really enjoying it. It has so many elements that I liked, like that it's sisters, like sort of working together. It's great. I also picked up The Madness of Ian Mackenzie by Lauren Ashley. That's the audiobook I picked up when I was kind of running my errands. Also really enjoying that. That has autism rap, which I've never really read in a historical romance before, and I'm really enjoying that. And it's reminding me a lot of the Bridgerton series because it's like every brother gets a different book, which I'm really, really excited for. So I'm going to go read a little bit more of Sense and Second Degree Murder, and then I'm probably going to get some lunch, but I really am just going to relax this weekend, just read. It also is a gorgeous day, so I might actually go for a walk later. So yeah, I'm going to go read, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Do a quick update. I went up going for a walk. My cheeks are very, very cold, so sorry if they look a little bit red on camera. I also did read about 2 hours of The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie. I really am liking that book like quite a bit. I'm really, really happy that I picked it up. It was a rec from Peace Love Books. She said it was one of her favorite historicals of all time, and I am really enjoying it so far. I love that there is representation in it. I love that there is like autism rep. I think that's really interesting. I also did read, let's see, I have to go back. I'm on chapter 10 in Sense and Second Degree Murder, which I'm also really, really enjoying. This is another YA historical romance mystery story that I'm also really, really enjoying. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go back to reading. I don't really know what I'm gonna read next. I have like I'm on a bunch of blog tours from late March to early April, so I might just try to read all my e-arcs this weekend because they're not that long. I don't know. I haven't really decided what I want to read yet. But I am liking this book a lot better than the first half of the week, whatever I was reading, so that's a positive. So I'm going to go back to reading, watch some YouTube, and I will update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. Another quick check-in. It is about 3:30. I did wind up reading a little bit more. I got up to chapter 14 in Sense and Second Degree Murder. I do like that this book does focus a lot on sisters. That is an element that I am really, really enjoying. I just think it's a very, very fast-paced read, and I'm curious to see how all these little mysteries sort of tie together, because it feels like we have a big mystery about the murder of their father that the girls are convinced is not natural, and then you have like these other mysteries that are sort of included in the story that I'm curious to see how they sort of all wrap up together. So I'm going to read I'm like 60% done, so I'm going to read like a couple of more chapters. When I have about when I have about 70%, I'll give you guys another update. But yeah, just talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Quick update. I did wind up getting up to 70% done. Chapter 17 in Sense and Second Degree Murder. it has been a bit since I have read a character that I've disliked so much. And there is one character in this book that is grinding all of my gears so hard. So I'll say that I'm really liking it. Like, it's such a quick read. I don't want to put it down. It does remind me like a little bit of the Veronica Speedwell series or like other books like that. Because these girls have like very unique interests, and I think like set in like the 17 or 1800s. These interests are really, really interesting and unique. It also reminds me a little bit of Silence in the Bones by June Hur, because that character also was very into investigating. So you have one character that's very into the sciences and figuring out what like killed her father, and then the other main character is her dad was like a investigator and she's sort of taking up that line. And then there is another little sister, but I just really like it. Like, it's a really, really fun, quick read, and I'm loving it. I have really been enjoying my Regency romances recently. This is a Regency romance with a mystery twist, and I just really, really like it. And also it has like a sense and sensibility retelling for sure, and I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm going to keep reading. I'm also watching some YouTube. I did not watch any YouTube videos this week, so I'm just trying to catch up a little bit. Also, 2 people posted like reading vlogs about 2 books that I don't want to watch because I haven't read them yet. Reagan posted that she really didn't like House of Breath and Sky, which I want to read. And Starla posted she didn't really like Gallant. So I'm going to not watch those until I have read them, because I tend to like go into those experiences like, and I get very, really, really, really jaded. So I don't even want to know what their complaints are until I read them myself, and then I'll watch them. But we will see. So I'm going to go read a little bit more, and when I get up to 80% done, I'll give you guys another update. Bye, friends. Doing another update. I did wind up taking a little bit of a break. I took a shower. I'm still watching YouTube because I didn't watch any videos this week. But I get up to chapter 20 in Sense and Secondary Murder. Really liking it. Definitely is action-packed, boy. A lot more action-packed than the first book. Like, this book has a lot more adventurous elements and is very, like, action-based, which I'm really, really enjoying. I just want to know what happens. Like, I'm very invested in all of these characters. The one thing I wish that this book had was just, like, I wish it had, like sections of each character, because sometimes it kind of floats through every single character's head, and they're very, very similar to me. So sometimes, like, knowing which character's head you're in is, like, a little bit complicated. But other than that, I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm on page 80%. I have an hour and a half left. Definitely think I could finish this book tonight, which is really, really exciting. But it's very action-y, and I'm liking it. I also really do like they have to sort of find out who killed their father. But there's also a lot of other elements happening in the story, so it's a really, really complicated read. But it also does remind me of reading like a Regency romance, and like talking about the Ton, and Bridgerton's coming back in a couple of weeks. So it's the perfect book for me to read right now. It's really digestible, very, very readable, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm gonna go back to reading. I'll update you guys when I get to 90%, and we'll see how long I have left. But so far, really enjoying it, and I love the focus on the sister dynamics as well. And I just really like both of the characters' unique jobs, or like the unique interest in the story. All 3 characters really do. Like, the younger sister really wants to be a writer, the middle sister wants to be a detective, and the older sister wants to be a scientist. And those are very like non-Regency romance jobs for girls, and I do like that. So I'm gonna go back to reading, and I'll update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. Another quick check-in. It's about 7:34. I did wind up getting up to page. Well, I think it's more like I only have 32 minutes left. So I'm 93% into this book. I'm really enjoying it. I think the murderer is not who I expected, which is interesting. Like, I really went into this book thinking it was going to be one person, and I'm wrong. So I like that. I like that when authors can sort of surprise me. I do really like all the characters in the story. I think it's great. I love the mystery elements. I love the Regency elements. I love the sister elements. Really, really fun. I'm curious to see how the story is going to wrap up. So I'm going to go quickly finish this. Well, not quickly, but go read for the end of the story. And then I'll give you guys a check-in. And I'm going to figure out what I want to read next, because I really don't know. I went into this week in a little bit of a reading slump because I was reading some rougher books. But I want to find something new to read. So I'm going to finish this, and then we'll chat about what I want to read next. And this book will also finish the Avengers Reading Challenge, which I'm really excited about. I was really fearful So I was not going to be able to do it in a timely fashion, so I'm happy that I at least completed that. And I'm going to choose another book. Bye, friends. Here I'm back. I just want to say that I did wind up finishing Sons and Second Degree Murder. I really did like that book. I thought it was great. I wound up giving it 4 stars. There were some elements at the very, very end that I just would have liked to have some closure about, especially one relationship that the family was dealing with that I feel like we didn't really get a lot. But I liked it. I liked that there was allusions, well, not allusions, but there was a little bit of connections to the first book, Pride and Premeditation, which was a Pride and Prejudice retelling, which I read last year. This one was a Sense and Sensibility retelling. It also had elements that just reminded me of the Shadowhunter series. They did deal with one element that I really did like in the Infernal Devices series. Or interesting. I would say I liked it, but it was interesting. So I have 19 books on my physical TBR because I have been reading a little bit off my TBR. I don't think I really have read anything for any of my games. So I'm going to pick a physical book. And I do have a lot of ERCs because I'm on a lot of blog tours, but I think I'm going to focus on those next week because I'm going to be commuting a lot, obviously because I'm commuting. But I'm going to go choose a number 119, 1 to 19, and that will be the book I'm going to focus on today and tomorrow. So let's go pick that. 1, which means I'm going to pick up The Ivory Key by Asha Raiman. No, this is a sibling story. It has to do with a country in ruins. It has to do with a quest story. This was from Owl Crate. Ooh, it has a really, really pretty dust jacket as well. Oh, this is really exciting. So I'm going to pick this one up. I got this. I feel like I got this maybe in November. But I am really excited for this one. I had this on quite a few TBRs. I also do have an e-arc of it, so I'm excited to pick it up. Yeah, I'm going to read. So my goal is to read at least 50 pages before I head to bed tonight, and then tomorrow to just keep reading. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm going to go double check if I have an e-arc of this. I think I do. I'm just trying to get my my NetGalley score up a little bit, but I'm going to double check. I'm also going to read a little bit of a summary just to know what I'm going into, but it also is not, it's a little bit over 300 pages. So I'm going to go start this and then I will give you guys a shot. But I think it has to do with siblings. There's a quest. There's magic. I'm excited. So I'm going to go start this and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. I'm back. I did actually wind up reading about 50 pages of The Ivory Key yesterday. I really like this book quite a bit. I'm really happy that I picked it up. So you follow these 4 siblings and they're all interconnected. You get all their point of views. You have one that's the queen of this struggling nation and their export is magic, and magic is very hard to find right now. They don't really have magic. So you have the queen, you have one sister who's sort of a part of this rebel group, you have the queen's twin brother who is a little bit isolated, and another one of the siblings is sort of locked away. I am liking it so far, quite a bit. I read literally 51 pages and I was really, really captured by it. So, because I was also reading a bunch of stuff and I have a lot of e-arcs, I am also going to try to finish my YouTube queue and just watch Joe and Jordy. It's an e-arc I have to read because it's for a blog tour at the end of the month. So I think I'm going to read this sort of as I'm watching all my YouTube videos, and then when I'm done watching YouTube, I'm going to go back to reading this. So, that's my plan. I am also going to go to yoga today. I am also doing a massage appointment, which I'm really excited for. I haven't done that since I think I went once during the pandemic, so that will be super nice. It's something I've been wanting to do. But yeah, so it's called Jordy and Joey Fall from the Sky, and it is a middle grade e-arc that I have to read for a blog tour. So I'm gonna read that as far as I'm watching stuff. I did wake up a little bit early. I'm gonna leave here at 9, probably come back around lunchtime, and then I'll give you guys another check-in. I'm also going to listen to Lord Ian Mackenzie, which I'm also really, really liking as well. So yeah, that's the plan. I'll update you guys when I read a couple of chapters of this. But that is the plan right now. So talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Quick update. I went up reading the first 7 chapters in Jordy and Joey Fall from the Sky. It's a really, really quick read. It's only, according to my Kindle anyway, it's only 3 hours, almost 4 hours. I think I could probably finish this in the next couple of days, but I do definitely want to also read The Ivory Key. But you follow these 2 characters. They're twins, and many, many years ago, they were found on the edge of crop circles, and they just had these marks on their back. And one twin is sort of convinced that they are aliens. They live with foster parents. They struggle a lot in school. So they decide after a little bit of an incident at their school that they are going to try to go back to Roswell to try to find what happened to them and if their parents really exist, if they are really aliens. So it's really, really quick read. I will say that. Like, I'm ready 7 chapters in. They also do have, like, I don't know if you could, like, see it, but they have, like, multimedia elements throughout the book, and I really do like that when I'm reading stuff like that, because I think it, like, puts you more in the story. But so far, really liking it. I'm 13% into it. It's a really, really quick read. This blog turns at the end of the month, so I have to get it read, but really, really liking it so far. It is a middle grade. It also is a middle grade March, which I do try to read more middle grade than normal, so I'm going to go back to reading, and when I get up to chapter, like, 14, I'll give you guys another update. Do a quick check-in. I did wind up listening to a little bit more of my audiobook, but I think I'm going to read for a little bit. I just got home. I'm read a little bit more of Jordy and Joey Fell from the Sky. I'm on chapter 21. I do at some point today have to do laundry as well, but I'll probably do that a little bit later. I have about 2 hours left in this book. I'm going to see how far I can get on my YouTube queue, and to see, like, if I have an hour left, I might just finish the book. If I have more than an hour, I might, like, go back to reading The Ivory Key. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, because I do have to fit this for a blog tour. Sorry. But I am really liking it. I also am really, really liking my audiobook, so I have to do a couple of little things. Like, I want to prep myself for a little bit for Better for the Week, which I haven't been doing for the past couple of weeks. So I want to do that as well, but I want to do laundry and sort of get my room all organized. So I'm going to go read for a little bit, try to knock out my YouTube queue, and then I'll check in with you guys when I'm done with that, or when I have got up to, like, chapter 30. I don't even know how many chapters this has, but they're really, really short. I am really, really liking it. It's a very, very cute read, very, very quick. You have one main character, but there's twins, so I feel like the twins are a little bit similar to me, because you're only getting one point of view. You're not getting the other kid's point. You're not getting Joey's point of view. So you're only really getting Jordy's. But the kids just seem very, very similar to me. So, which is okay. But they do have a trio of characters in the story, which, if you know anything about me in middle grade stories, I love that trope. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna head back to reading, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. I want to do a quick update. It's about 1:43. I did wind up getting up to chapter 30, and Jordy and Joey Fall from the Sky. I'm 73% into it, and I only have about an hour left, so I think I'm probably going to wrap this book up today, and just sort of watch some things in the background, and then move on to The Ivory Key. But I am really liking it. Definitely took a turn. I thought this book was going to be more alien-based, and it does have alien elements to it, but it's a little bit more contemporary. I will say that, and I think that as you read it, it sort of becomes a little bit more apparent. But it's a very, very quick read. It has very, very short chapters. There has some other elements to it. Some of the story elements, I think, have been a little bit rushed throughout the whole read. Like, stuff will happen, and I feel like the story is just a little bit rushed. But it's cute. I'm enjoying it. I love the brother relationship. You rarely ever get books about brothers. Like, normally it's about brothers or sisters, but brothers are sometimes harder to find. So I like that they're really, really close. They're also twins. I love stories about twins. So I'm going to keep reading, and when I wrap up this book, I'll give you guys my final thoughts. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. I just wound up finishing Jordy and Joey Fall from the Sky. I really did like it. It definitely reminded me a lot of the end towards the Fosters, the TV show, and I really have always loved that show. So it definitely had elements of that. It also really did have a lot of adventure stuff that I think connected back to the alien elements to it. But it was just a really, really sweet read. It reminded me a lot of One for the Murphys that I read a couple of years ago. That was a standalone book also about the foster care system. But I really enjoyed it. I think it had a nice action adventure elements that I think middle grade students would also enjoy, but it did have elements that did focus on the foster care system, so I really did like it. Take a little bit of a reading break. I'm going to kind of get myself ready for tomorrow, listen to a little bit more of my audiobook. I'm going to work out, do all the things, because it's a weekend, and I really have been bad about self-care the past couple of weeks. It's just been a little bit chaotic, so I'm going to try to take myself to a place where I can, like, relax, calm down, prep myself for success, which I have not been doing. And then I'll check in with you guys, but I have to do laundry and a bunch of other stuff and just prep myself for the next week. We have parent-teacher conferences this week, so it's a little bit chaotic. I'm also doing a full unit this week, which I haven't done in about a month. So, but I'm going to pick this book up when I'm ready, and I'll check in with you guys. I'll see how far I got in my audiobook and all the other fun stuff. But I did finish 2 e-arcs this weekend, which is really, really good because I'm on like 4 blog tours in the next month, and I hate feeling pressured to like not finish stuff. So out of the 4 I had to read, I read 2, which is pretty good. So talk to you guys in a bit. Bye, friends. I did wind up going for a bike ride, which has been so long since I've gone for a bike ride outside. It just felt nice to just be outside and bike ride. I did wind up listening to a little bit more of The Madness of Ian Mackenzie. I have like 2.5 hours left of that. I also did download a couple of audiobooks for the week. I was going to listen to Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, but honestly, I am so unfocused at work. Like, not even unfocused, but I'm just like doing things at work, and I feel like I need to pick up Brandon Sanderson and read it physically. So maybe I'll do that at some point this month and just sort of pick it up and finish it, because I was in the middle of it and then I just got super distracted. And at this point, I don't know. I want to read it, and I do want to read it, but I've been a little bit distracted. But I am gonna pick up The Ivory Key by Asher Ryman. This is an Owl Crate edition. I read about the first 50 pages, and then I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos. So I finished Geordie and Joey Fall from the Sky, which is actually really, really good. So I'm gonna pick this up, and I'm gonna read as I'm watching a couple of things on Hulu, and I'll update you guys as I go. So that when I read the next 50 pages, I'll give you guys an update. But so far, you follow 4 estranged siblings in a magic-less society as they're sort of battling an invasion. And I really do like all the characters right off the bat, so that was really, really fun yesterday. I really just read 50 pages, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I do have an e-arc of this one as well. So this might just be like an e-arc reading vlog, because I do have a bunch I need to read. So we'll see how far I can get, but that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to go read, watch a little bit of Call Me Kat, and I'll update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. I wanted to say that I wound up reading basically the first 100 pages of The Ivory Key, which I'm really liking, like, quite a bit. I love political stories that really have nothing to do with battles. I also love books about family, and this one is, like, perfect for me. It does have a magic element. It's a really, really fun read. I also really like all the characters, because you get, like, 4 very different point of views. You get the current queen, you get the princess that ran away, you get the queen's twin brother who is a little bit isolated, and then you get one of the sons that is in jail for they believe that he killed his stepmom. So it's a very complicated story. I also really like that there's a quest element. They are living in a society where magic is a little bit of a fleeting resource, but they have a possibility to get more resources for the magic. It's just really compelling. Like, I really like it. I love all the characters. I love how it's written. It's great. It's also a diverse read. I don't know what mythology they're dealing with. Let me see if it tells me. Sometimes, an Indian-inspired duology. So I'm really liking it quite a bit. It's definitely a quicker read, which I'm really liking. I'm gonna, hopefully by the time you see me tomorrow, I do have to go to the doctor. I will have read at least another 100 pages, and I also hope that tomorrow I could finish my audiobook as well. I did download a bunch of other audiobooks. I'll probably listen to something tomorrow, but tomorrow I will probably focus on my podcast, because I have quite a few that I just didn't listen to. But I did wind up reading 100 pages of this, and I was able to finish Joey and Geordie Fell from the Sky, which was a book I didn't think that was going to go the way I thought. I think I'm probably going to keep this reading vlog going until I'm done with this, and then I'll probably start another reading vlog, but I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I come home from my doctor's appointment. Bye, friends. Right here. It's been like a crazy week. So I haven't updated since Sunday, I think. So Monday I had to go to a doctor appointment for my sinus infection that I'm still sort of battling. Tuesday I had my drama club, which I came home and I was still not feeling my best. Yesterday we had parent-teacher conferences, which is just a lot of work. And today we also had parent-teacher conferences, but it was like a half day. But I did book a trip this summer, which I have been contemplating doing for quite a bit, but I finally just decided to do it, and I'm going to go to Aruba for a week. It's been the first time I've been out of the country in quite a bit. I'll definitely kind of bring along my vlogging camera. This trip is definitely more based on relaxation and de-stressing and just sort of enjoying my break. It's the first week of summer, so I will be able to like relax and decompress a bit. I'm really excited. I have wanted to do a beach vacation since I started at my job. But yeah, so that was sort of my week. I finished a book in the interim. I finished my audiobook. I finished The Madness of Lord Ian Mackenzie by Laura Ashley, which I really did like. Probably gonna be like a 4-star read for me. I really did enjoy it. I love the autism rep in that. And I'm really, really close to being done with The Ivory Key. I have about like 50 more pages left. So I'm going to wrap this book up and then I'm going to come back and I'm probably going to wrap up this reading vlog. But yeah, I also just was falling asleep really early because the medicine I'm on just makes me really, really tired. So yeah, I'm going to go finish this to the best of my ability. And then I'll check in and I'll sort of wrap this book up because I really didn't talk about it a lot. I've read it most of the week and I've just been a little bit distracted. But I'm going to go finish this and then we'll chat. Bye, friends. I just want to say that I did wind up finishing The Ivory Key. I really liked this book. I thought it was a nice balance between political story with also like adventure elements. Also, it's really, really glary. I'm sorry. But it also had like sibling dynamics, which I liked. There was some twists at the end of this book that I definitely did not see coming, and I'm really excited for book 2. It will probably come out next year. This is the Owl Crate edition as well. I never show my editions because I always forget. But while I'm here, this is the dust jacket, which I think is just so pretty. This is all the siblings that are featured in the story. I really like this book. I said it's going to be so long because a couple of other things going on. But I really did like it. I thought it was a nice mixed story, like a lot of elements that just kept me reading. It did have some action adventure elements, and I like that there was a clear magic system in this book as well. I really, really liked it. So definitely a 4-star read. Also throughout this week after I completed reading the Madness of Ian Mackenzie, I also started, well, didn't start, but I continued my reread of Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan with the Prophecy Radio podcast. So I am going to go pick my next read for my next reading vlog, which will take place over this weekend, and I will see you guys for that one. Let me know what are some books you've been reading, but this book was a really fun read for the week. It actually wasn't a NetGalley pick, which is actually okay, but it's an Owl Crate pick, my first Owl Crate read of the year. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye, friends. Stay safe and be well.